to downtown Dallas, Texas, where we got a monster matchup here in the American. SMU and the Mustangs at 9-3 in conference, taking on the Memphis Tigers, one of the most talented teams in the country. You're watching you wearing the home red. We are set to tip it off here in Dallas. It wasn't pretty, but SMU has won the tip.
Little Team America uniform lineup for the president.
Out it. B.J. Edwards, he's the Tennessee transfer. He's going to run the show for the Mustangs. Here's Zurich Phelps, three-year player at SMU. His first shot off the mark inside. Smith off the mark. And that's SMU starting five: Edwards, Phelps, Harris, Williamson, and Smith. And that is Samuel Williamson, the senior out of Rockwall, Texas, getting fouled.
I like to position Williams.
Failure to define who you are as a player. Continue.
It's going to be easy once you get into college. I think you've seen the success stories of guys like Azaiski. I dig it, but it's risky.
Jaden Hardaway, Naquan Tomlin on for the first time. Jones, he's the St. John's transfer, gets in the lane, and he'll go to the free throw line. He's one of the
all of that. He's also incredibly explosive as an athlete. I have any stats as a player that put me in that category. And then building on some runs, they'll win some games.
Three-pointer is short. Good rebound by Tyreek Smith. He's Oklahoma State transfer. Phelps with the Euro. Strong finish at the rim.
Guys have gotten really good at the Euro step. I mean, he covered a lot of. We have to the block charge rule, thank God. And man, fun basketball.
All right, John, something we got to keep an eye on. David Jones is looking at his right hand as Tomlin throws it down at the rim. On the last play, man,
hard to see what happened.
Here's Edwards off the bounce, pulling up of a nylon.
Do a lot of good things, and the best thing about a made shot is it allows them to set up this pressure, and the pressure is consistent and constant. Right? It's not just full court. They're showing a presence in the full court, but once they get into half court, that intensity really ramps up.
There's a steal by Tyreek Smith going one-on-one. And the flush.
Covering guards, taking that pass away.
Here's that defensive pressure for SMU. Tomlin tied up, and he'll get a trip to the free throw line.
I really like that. Like, if there's going to be defensive pressure, if they're getting hands in passing lanes.
Tomlin makes the flip. Mills went down. Penny Hardaway said he still doesn't know which squad he has.
Yeah, no, had them at A&M, and that was a great game. You saw a top 10 level team. I had them against South Florida, and that was kind of the beginning of that slide. 4 straight losses.
Inside, nice finish by.
Who really knows? Because Memphis is the inconsistency. If Memphis is consistent, I think we have a better view of what this conference is really all about.
Here's Williamson, his jumper, nails it. A strong start for Williamson. He's got 2.
Right, Monty Bates, Jalen Durr, that's not what wins, but DeAndre Williams does, right? Kendrick Davis does. So it's about finding talented winners. Doesn't mean everybody else is a loser, so relax.
Harris knocks down the 3-ball.
Find that sense of urgency on both ends of the ball, right? It's also an offense. You can't just toss it around. You got to attack like that.
There's Jones with the blow by, and he finishes.
Good call. Good call by Penny out of this. And I would say the guy with the most fire on this team is Penny Hardaway.
Off the bench, that's Ricardo Wright, the 6'4" senior. And SMU shooting 50% from the floor to start this game. Jones and Tomlin are the only Memphis players who have scored. Here's Tomlin with the rock. Jonathan Pierre will launch it. And happen in the corner, hit the back. Well, that plagued Memphis in their loss earlier this week against North Texas. Says Jones, this is everything. The putback is good. But guys aren't even hitting the rim right now.
That was something else, man. He hit like the opposite top of the square. That's hard to do.
Memphis gave up 16 threes in their loss on Thursday at North Texas. And Penny Hardaway said maybe about 2 of them were contested. That was a contested 3, but we're fed. An 8-point lead for SMU. Pull-up jumper, Jaheim Hudson, and he'll be fouled off the hard closeout by Dandridge. And Hudson misses the first. Iowa State being the #1 team in the Big 12 this season?
No, but how about just that matchup? Right? Iowa State just on to the next play. There you go. Shake every hand that walks up to him at this game, and even put that, whatever it is, I doubt it's gold, because there's a lot of them in here. But that's pretty good.
Eric Phelps up and under.
That was literally up and under, maybe under and up, but either way. Listening to Billis and Dan Schulman on the flight here yesterday.
Dandridge with the clear out, gets the offensive board, and he's fouled. Back last year. That allowed them to get so many transfers, integrate them.
Based on toughness, accountability, discipline. You know, they may slow the game down so much that it'll hurt them on the offensive end. I think they found the right balance.
Here's his son, Emery Lanier, on the floor with the ball.
All right, Memphis has picked it up a little bit.
Phelps, good pump fake, and he'll be hit going up.
How many times do you see that with, especially with the baseline there?
The air. And this team has really taken on his personality. I mean, he is a tough, no-nonsense kind of a coach, and they have really followed his lead.
Yeah, he's cool. He's also Stillwater's run deep. He cares, and that's the thing. I mean, Mir Abdul-Rahim's very similar situation. Tough, intense, but cares deeply.
Dandridge, he'll be fouled.
Most. Like 5 or 6 ranked teams in the ACC in women's basketball. Don't know if the talented guys know how to be stars yet. We also have some 26-year-olds in college.
It's good D by Walton. That was deflected. Shot clocks keep running. It's at 5. Here's Lanier with the blow-by. His runner off the window.
I mean, get your hands wide, hands high. Something Leonard Hamilton teaches at FSU, right? Just disrupt by taking vision away.
There goes Quinterly off the baseline and lays it in.
That's what he does so well, right? Tough finishes, really soft touch around the rim. Just gets it up on the rim without getting blocks. Give it a chance.
Hudson, after making that free throw, drains the 3.
Just you wanted to avoid him at all costs. And after I tried to run through a screen, I certainly did try to avoid him. But it changes how you approach this.
Good pass by Quinterly, finds Tomlin for the flush.
You know, tough.
Quinterly trying to establish something. Shot clock's under 10. Tomlin takes a peek, off the bounce, spinning. Oh! Williamson to the deck. My, oh my.
Hey, that's my mind. I like the 100 though.
Okay.
Right? I like the 100. You know, 30, 200, whatever they do.
Wright finds himself open. Too strong. 11th offensive rebound for SMU. In the corner, here's Smith. And he makes the stat. Yeah, SMU has more offensive rebounds than Memphis has total rebounds.
Ooh.
Quinterly just thrown to the side. Chuck Harris leading the break. Goes one-on-one.
Held accountable to it, and they can help in that regard.
Quinterly just lays on the ground behind the play. It's 5-on-4. Wright all alone. Quinterly decides not even to get back into the play.
Teammate, so yeah, there's a lot there.
Oh, hand on the deck. Nice dump ball. Williamson caught a body. Moody Coliseum is going bonkers right now. And the answer for David
was awesome. I mean, strong finishes, strong with the basketball. You attack the basket, you go with your shoulder down.
Little heat check, but another offensive rebound by Samuel Williams. He's going to have to take it over himself. In the corner, Ricardo Wright rips down the net.
Believe in what they're doing, and belief makes you dangerous.
It's a 14-3 run for SMU right now. Phelps just weaving through, and it's Williamson again. Another offensive putback. Samuel Williamson cannot be stopped.
Samuel Williamson is going to be able to do that against the switching defense, right? They lose sight of him. They're not seeing the shots go up. If you're Memphis on defense, you got to anticipate shots go out.
Jones off the bounce where he's so dangerous. 20-point lead for SMU. Tomlin on the floor. He's been hustling for Memphis. Jones will rise up and rattles in a three. So David Jones.
And what that does to you on the offensive end is it allows you to trust one another. It allows you to play for one another. You're locked in defensively. The same thing's going to happen on the offensive end. And I think that's part of the reason why they've shared it so well.
Wow.
Miraculous first half performance for SMU.
Jones doing whatever he wants right now, taking his team on his shoulders.
Yeah, look, you want to defend it as best as possible, but if that's what it's going to be, trade buckets. You know, trade buckets, you're up 20 plus.
Ricardo Wright is
not going to win.
David Jones. And off the rebound, a foul called against Sheriff. So in the bonus now, SMU goes on for 1-1.
Again, talk about it's evident. Say, if you don't want to win, and coaches are going to be hired and fired based on outcome.
Under 2 minutes to play here in this first half. Jones has been the bulk of the offense for Memphis. Crossing over with the Euro, back to his strong hand with the left.
He's so good. Where the defenders were in the paint, and Hudson got to the open spot.
Jones is seeing one thing right now. He's just looking at the rim.
Yeah. Worked that way. Again, they came back in the second half against
his shot selection. Because he knows he can score whenever he wants, it's buy-in defense.
But also, make a couple plays for your teammates every now and then. You do that, and you can get away with a lot more. You can get away with bad shots if you create some opportunities for teammates.
But he is hot.
No, he's incredible. Again, he's got 18 in the first half.
8-second differential between shot and game clock to end this first half. Smith called for the reach-in as Quinterly will get to the free throw line.
You just have the sense that it's going to turn into it's your turn in the corner, and they're like, well, thank you. I might have been one of those guys. He's somebody that can grab a teammate by the jersey and
shot clock turned off. 15 seconds to play in this first half.
What a half for SMU. 55 points on the board.
Phelps take a look at the clock. It's at 3. Ricardo Wright will wind up in the punch and beats the buzzer. For Wright, his 4th 3. He leads the way for SMU with 18 in the first half.
Wow, what a start for SMU. I mean, the physicality, the toughness. I said disciplined intensity. That's what stood out to me in tape. When I'm watching this team, discipline.
Away from it.
Yeah, you're waiting for contact. You seek it out, and if it's not there, you just take yourself off balance.
Phelps just shrugs off the contact, and Conley knocks down the mid-range.
And with how good there are on defense.
SMU with numbers, and it's Phelps with the left, putting it in.
It's growing. And the amount of conversations I've had with Penny Hardaway this year, I mean, just purposeful, meaningful conversations where you feel it. You know, he says one thing, and you're like, yeah, okay, I agree. But what you feel is
SMU up big in the first half, and Memphis came all the way back. What would it take for the Tigers to go on the run?
I mean, pretty much they'd have to do this over and over again. But
10 on the shot clock. Phelps. A lot of dribbling, now picks it up. And it's taken away. Jones one-on-one against Edwards, and he finishes strong.
It's a little interesting moment here. I mean, still 20-point game, but a couple empty possessions where really there was nothing going.
Oh, Dandridge with the rejection. But they're going to say foul. Second. And I was here in practice yesterday. It was a slow start to practice, but it was Jordan who was one of those bold guys, encouraging his guys to get into it. The intensity eventually picked up.
I think what's hard is your best player's got to be your leader.
And it's Phelps. Look at
I think when your best player's not your leader, you have challenges, right? Do people really listen to the third or fourth option? guys motivated by the third or fourth option? That's just, and even worse, are guys motivated by the least paid guy on the team? I mean, that's just kind of part of it. And Quinterly's,
because he is killing Memphis right now.
There's no real accountability for that, then I accept that I can't win with that.
Here's that full court press by Memphis and easily broken by Edwards.
But I feel I would just walk down the bench and say, who wants to battle? Who's going to battle?
Williamson with the hammer.
So they brought Tomlin up, and they're not at their best when Tomlin's the one in the run and jump. They're better when it's Nick Jourdain in the run and jump. He gets himself back into the play better.
Quinterly with a nice reverse
He
lane.
had last year played with great passion. A lot of that was DeAndre Williams. A lot of that was Kendrick Davis. He had leadership.
Kendrick Davis just won it.
He was something else.
Inside the and one. Keon Ambrose Hilton.
Keep them hopes alive for the Bulls, you know. But not the
Picks up his dribble.
At least you get to be there in the spring and summer. I was only there during the winter.
Chicago might be the best city in the summer. And going up in finishers.
But you've got to do things that put you back.
Double by. Yes, you can still win the tournament. Here comes the double. Tomlin one-on-one on the block, and he'll be fouled by Chuck Harris.
That was actually good recognition from Malcolm Dandridge to see that Tomlin had the matchup.
In New York. He is so talented.
So if he gets the right space on the floor, he should just attack off the bounce. Well, I think the difference is they're starting to really believe it. I say starting. I think it's been a lot of this year, but they are playing with belief. Belief in one another, belief in what they're doing.
Hudson catch and shoot. Tipped. And a follow is good by Ricardo Wright. And that one's given away. Wright with the outlet. Ambrose Hilton, nice head fake.
Situation, you got to feel situations. As a leader on the floor, you got to get guys involved.
There's Quinterly with the steal. Kick out. Hardaway from the corner knocks down the three.
Right, the pressure is cause 10. Well, they can do that with Tomlin and Jourdain.
And then Jones with another rebound. That's his fifth. He's going to drive it through everybody and get another trip to the free throw line.
All right, so he's lost a little. He's won a lot. Different rotations, different lineups, but that's really no excuse for
a guy who was very unselfish because he could have been one of the leading scorers on this team, but he took a back seat
Came off the bench
to make sure that this team succeeded.
He still played starters minutes. We talk about that a lot.
The runner for Williamson, everything
with everybody else. I think that's a big piece of it as well.
Inside, an easy slam by Ambrose Hilton. Phelps, a deep one. A little too deep.
He's going to get that shot, but he's got to get shot ready. So we'll make a higher percentage.
Pierre's been shot ready from the opening tip. Pick and roll with Dandridge. They throw it up to the big fella. Now inside, trying to hook Ambrose Hilton. But they say it was against SMU.
Well, he did hook, and they did foul him. And a lot of time, like if they ever made...
So Dandridge gets them both, and Quinterly. Nice pass inside, dumps it off. Williamson trying to corral it on the floor. Good minutes from Joe Cooper off the bench. He'll find an open Jones from the wing. Split splash. He said you look. They double the ball. Smith gathers himself. Nice block by Jones. Jones does not have numbers. Goes 1-on-5. And it still goes. That's a John Crispin move.
Yeah. That would have, if I did that move, it would have sent the row 6, seat 7.
Phelps throw. Tyreke Smith climbs the ladder.
Small run and jump, get into a scramble early. chase the play at times, but they do it really well. Somewhere along the lines, they lost that.
Hardaway hanging, and Jones with the follow.
The communication, it's all playmaking.
And that's a huge block by Jourdain. But staying with it, SMU's Chuck Harris.
Jourdain glides. He was way up there.
There's Jourdain off the dribble, leaning in, rolls off, tries to get his own rebound, and it's Tomlin. I've loved his effort today.
2. Back to the basket, not as good.
Harris finds himself open. Count the bucket, plus a foul inside. They're gonna
minutes together because you also have to adjust to what your opponent's adjusting to. So it's not going to be a smooth 40 minutes. You're asking guys to counter on the fly and develop good instincts when the game changes while you're still trying to figure one another out. So
another tough.
And you know when you're losing. That's the other thing.
Tomlin double team, and he gives it away. 2-on-1 break. Edwards
should be leading the way. SMU seems locked in to proving that they belong and are going to play at a high level.
They reach in fast.
You think that you have to go play, and the reality is no. You still have to learn how to compete with one another, and winning ain't easy at this level.
How much of that is the NIL era?
Well, a lot of that, and that's a ton of it. I mean, there are a lot of things you have to give considerations to, and the things that you have to do in thinking that, you know, because Grant Hill and Condoleezza Rice said, I think that the game is just an unstable point.
Wright gets the friendly roll. His 5th 3 of the night.
Look at Dandridge.
Wright's got the hot hand. 26 points. Generally a tough contested 2. There's Jones on the board. And it's Dandridge cleaning it up.
Defense is freeing on the offensive end. You know, you can play more freely knowing that you can trust who you can be defensively. Like, we'll get a stop, and we can play free on offense. And you can stop the ball in transition.
Tomlin knocks down the 3 from the corner.
There's so many things he does.
And when you look at the lineup on the floor, these are the guys who want it the most for Memphis.
Yeah, I would say so.
Phelps with a step back. Cooper swatted out. It's a 4-on-1 breakout. First sign for the Mustangs. And there's Jourdain continuing the hustle for the Tigers. Ashton Hardaway, the freshman, knocks the 3 down. Williamson the other way. What a game he is at. 18 points, 8 rebounds, and then a steal by Harris.
Williamson is really playing like a leader. He really is. He's starting to play as if he knows what he's doing on the floor. He's patient. I don't care about any of it. You know who's going to be here in 4 years? If you don't compete to win, if you have no fight but you want numbers, then you don't play. And I think that's really what it comes down to. It's you can't play. This game is too valuable to really pass up the opportunity to do something special with a group that can do it. And this group is good enough to do something special.
Young with the steal. Crowd wants Utter or Young to get involved in this one.
Yeah. He's got the flow and the stash.
How about
Get
from
it.
the logo?
He just pointed to George W. Bush. Dude hits a 3. He's got long hair, a mustache, drains a 3, and points to the former president.
Only at SMU.
Oh, what a circus. That's great. Oh, man. Look at him. He's going to shake his hand. Watch this. Yeah. No, he didn't do it.
Final seconds. Complete domination. SMU with a 106-79 win over Memphis. And the Mustangs putting the American on notice.
Wow, that is one heck of a performance. Yes, look, I think we've been critical of Memphis, but in no way do I mean to be critical.